Hey everybody, we are live and it is Thursday night with your boy the Veep in the building. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Implosion. For those that don't know, Implosion is more or less talking about the power within, not an implosion, but an implosion. We want to know what made you do this decision or that decision or make you excel. What was the power within that made you reach to the successes that you have? But listen, tonight, another one that is an amazing artist. I'm gonna just give you a little bit because I literally kid you not. We have rows and rows and rows of his bio. It's about a couple of pages short of, what is it, War in Arms? I forgot the name of that book, like 800 pages, but I'm kidding. In short, my guy, let's see here. He's been with Hank Williams Jr. from 2005 to 2019. Leonard Skinner, Driving and Crying. Even did some music with Steven Tyler, which you guys will see. Matchbox 20, Soul Asylum, Iggy Pop. I mean, we're dealing with what you call a seasoned artist, one that used his talents, and as he told us, he's never said no when it came to performing and so on. But I would rather him express some of these amazing things that he's done, because he'll give us even better insight. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing to you Mr. Joey Huffman.
Hey, how you doing, Veep?
I'm doing good, Joey. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little rattled. Traffic was bad, but I made it.
Traffic can do that to you, my friend. First and foremost, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you to come hang out with us. And look, Aviva Sings Out says, I'm here for Joey. He's a rock star. All right.
Accidental rock star. That's my book is East of the Sun, Memoirs of an Accidental Rock Star.
Great title. And we will talk more about your book, most definitely. So, Joey, do us a favor. For those that don't know you, tell everyone, who is Joey Huffman?
I'm a guy that grew up in Eastern Kentucky and knew at an early age that I had to get out of there if I wanted to do music. I knew at 6 that I wanted to do music as a job, and I left when I was 16 and went on the road with this band Wild Cherry that did play that funky music. White Boy. I was 16 and out on the road with them, and I've not looked back from there. I got out, and I've had an incredible career, and I feel like I've done so well, and I've got a studio called Soapbox Studios here in Atlanta, Powder Springs, and I feel like I've had such a great career. It's time to give back a little bit, like maybe take some people under my wings and produce some, give back.
Very
and I'm also playing. I play live and play with various bands, and I'm in the studio. I do sessions, files that are sent to me. I do sessions in the studio. I do sessions at home. I keep pretty busy doing that.
Okay. So, Joey, let me ask you, what is your instrument of choice?
Oh, I'm a piano and organ player. Piano and B3.
Okay. But you're not limited to just piano.
No. I've got all kinds of synthesizers and modular synthesizers, and I got a Mini Moog. I bought one in 1979, and I bought my Hammond B3 in 1979. I still have them. I didn't sell them when
Didn't need to get rid of them.
Became uncool, but they became cool again, and they're worth more than I paid for them now. So
Exactly. Exactly. So it's so refreshing to me to see artists that really care about the community, where you just said yourself you wanted to give back to the community. Tell me, why does that mean so much to you to give back to the community?
Because the community gave so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
And although I never missed a benefit or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I had a tumor in 2014, or that was operated in 2014. In 2013, I was diagnosed, and I didn't have health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lucky to find Tatum Alsep at Musicians Health Alliance, and she talked to the doctors and neurosurgeons, and talked to the hospital, and got me insurance, got me on, and I was able to have brain surgery in 2014, and I was on the road in a month.
Wow.
You know, and so I like to give back, and they gave me such a good benefit that was arranged by my friend Valerie King, who's a writer, and my daughter, and we made a lot of money. A lot of artists came out and supported me that night, and it's changed the way I think about my life and how I treat other people, and just all around.
Man, Miss Aviva sings out, says, "Don't look into Jory's glasses; it will take you somewhere."
That's Aviva. I work with Aviva. She's
Gotcha.
a wonderful talent. She's a great singer and a great songwriter.
That's awesome. Having your own tribe backing you up. I love it. I love it. So let me see here. I did not bring up my questions. Give me 2 seconds, Joey. All right. Let me ask you this. How's your approach to music and your instrument evolved over the past, what would you say, about 2 decades or so?
Yeah, 3 maybe.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I left home when I was 16. I'm like 61 now. So.
Okay. So how has your approach to music and your instrument evolved over the past, let's say, 3 decades? And what pivotal moments influenced these changes?
I'm influenced by Ian McLagan, by the Faces, and I can't remember his name. Keyboard player for the Rolling Stones, Mick. How can I forget him? But he played on everything. He played a piano on everything, and I was influenced by them. And
okay.
In the 80s, I was into synthesizers and sequencing and all that stuff. And we kind of had a record deal. We were signed by Clive Davis, this band called Witness, in 1986, and we made a record, and a lot of people played on it. Neil Sean and from Journey, and Brad Gillis from Night Ranger, and we didn't have a guitar player, so they all played on it. And Clive promised us we were going to be stars, and then the thing comes out and it stiffs, and I'm going, well, that's it. That's the fruit of my fruition. What I do now, and I just picked myself back up and started playing with bands. And it's funny that the bands I started playing with, I was only playing piano and organ, and it just happened to seem to grow that way. Every gig I went to, I was playing piano and organ, and I really didn't change my style. The style changed around me. Even with Hank, I was playing honky tonk. Nicky Hopkins, as I say. I was playing Nicky Hopkins' lips licks with Hank. I just change it up a little bit, and it's me. So the artist changed around me, and I didn't. I've learned things by watching other artists, and hearing other artists. I've never stopped learning, and I'm a better person, and I can learn. I can learn from anybody, from the beginner to Chuck Leavell. I
Mhm.
you know, I just soak it in, and grateful that I can do that. And um, just throughout the 30 years, I've picked up this and that, and absorbed it into my playing ability or my playing style, and so it's only gotten deeper. And
Nice.
I learned to be I learned to be dynamic
Mhm.
about halfway through it. I was beating the crap out of the piano, and realizing that I couldn't get a solo heard if I was banging the piano the whole time, and so I
Mhm.
learned to play with dynamics about 15 years ago or so.
Okay. So, with you having 30 years of touring, playing for other bands, and so on, I know this question is going to be big for all those who love a good story. So, can you share a specific performance or a recording experience that had a profound impact on your musical journey, and why does it stand out?
I In 1994, I had the chance to record with Mick Jagger, and it was just he was in town, and he asked his guy to set up. He wanted to play with a real band. He didn't want to use drum machines or anything, and he wanted to demo his songs. So my friend Billy Pitts, who played drums, came in. I came in and played piano and organ, and Pierre, Mick's guy, played bass, and Mick came in with the guitar, a couple of guitars, and we set up a semicircle with Mick at the center.
Hmm.
He would show us his songs, and we'd learn them, and we put them down. We put down 25 songs in 3 days, uh,
Wow.
just to that. Uh, but we it was Mick Jagger, one of my favorite bands, and it was hard to like keep my thoughts together. But uh, uh, something happened that moved me. That all the hits that Mick Jagger had,
Hmm.
and he's writing these, and there was something in his eyes when he's playing us these songs that he needed for us to like them. He he was wanted us to like them. He's written so many hits, and he still has that crack in his armor, or that 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 needed to be validated.
Mm.
And even as big as he is, and
Right.
that moved me, and that helped me with my own songwriting too. Is
Wow.
not to be as critical on myself,
Mm.
and but that was one of a pivotal point in my career. That
Okay, I'm sorry. Finish your point.
uh, that playing with Mick. I also worked with Keith as a keyboard tech for Ivan Neville, and
Mhm.
watching him every night made me play a lot different. He was the one who I got uh, the idea of when not to play, and dynamics. And I did two different tours where I were a backline tech for him, and he's a really talented guy, and I'm glad I got to do it.
Amazing. How is having the opportunity to play with Mick Jagger? I mean, that's probably huge on your checklist, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, the Stones were one of my favorite bands, and the Faces, and
Hmm.
you know, to meet Mick, I've been working in the Keith camp, so I've heard horror stories, and I don't know what to expect. And I'm a big fan. And he comes in, and he was an English gentleman, and he was really nice, and really soft spoken, and conveyed his ideas really great. And I had those moments where I'd look over there and go, "That's Mick Jagger." Wow.
So you had a moment to stargaze for a little bit.
Yeah, and I say, "Well, stop that and concentrate on what you're doing." But
I love it. So listen, we got a question from Soul Res Music. He asked, "At what moment did it finally click in your mind that yes, I'm in the music industry?"
I don't think that ever clicked, really. That's why I say accidental rock star, because I was there and I wanted to be there, but things just kept happening. And, playing at the concert for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Lou Reed and Iggy Pop, that was cool. We were playing in front of 80,000 people at Brown Stadium in Cleveland, and then it was going out live on HBO too. So that was, kind of a click, of wow, I'm backing up these guys, and all these famous people are here, and I'm one of them.
That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. He has a rabbit in his hat. Aviva said, "Awesome." So let me ask you. Well, I want to show one of the videos that you suggested that I play. And the first one is going to be the Soul Asylum live Runaway Train.
Yeah, that's live on French TV.
On French TV.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and play this, and we will be right back after this.
Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were there like a blowtorch burning. I was a key that could use a little turning. So tired that I couldn't sleep. So many secrets I couldn't keep. Promised myself I wouldn't weep. One more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one can help me now. I'm in too deep, there's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. And you help me remember how to smile, make it somehow all seem worthwhile. How on earth did I get so jaded? Life's mystery seems so faded. I can go where no one else can go. I know what no one else knows. Here I am, just a drowning in the rain. Get a ticket for a runaway train, and everything is cut and
Amazing. That was great. So, Joey, do me a favor. Could you give us a breakdown of who Soul Asylum was and give a shout out?
Dave Perner is the songwriter, main songwriter and singer. He's still out doing it as Soul Asylum. But the guitar player, Danny Murphy, he quit a few years to sell antiques. But he's a really talented guitar player and also a songwriter. And Carl Mueller, the bass player, he died, unfortunately, about 10 years ago of throat cancer. So I don't know the new guys Dave has playing with him, but and then Sterling Campbell was, after Soul Asylum, was playing with David Bowie, and then David Bowie passed away, and I haven't talked to Sterling to find out what he's been doing. But and the drummer in that video was replaced by Sterling when we did the Let Your Dim Light Shine record. His name's Grant Young, and he's a firecracker. He was always the life of the party. But awesome. I keep in touch with Dave on the phone about once a month, and when I had that tumor, they did a benefit in my hometown of Pikeville, Kentucky, and he came and played it. He just for his plane ticket in, and he came and played it, and just solo and in front of the crowd. And he's just a very nice guy, very down to earth.
That is awesome. So let me ask you, looking back, are there any moments of doubt or challenges that you faced in your musical journey, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I battled with drugs pretty much all my career until and they didn't affect the way I played, so I got away with it. But in 2004, I was unemployed and doing a bunch of drugs with a girl that I was living with, and realized I hadn't done anything but mix a record that never came out that year. And I had a moment of clarity and sat up on the couch and said, I got to quit. So I quit cold turkey in 2004 and don't do drugs anymore. I mean, I laid down and slept for about 5 days and then woke up, and I wasn't addicted to anything. I wasn't, they say like 1 out of 10 meth users gets free from it. And I guess I'm one of the 10.
Wow.
Not one of the 9s, but I'm bipolar too. So I was self-medicating kind of, I learned later after I got diagnosed with bipolar disease. So, and then I like to have a little drink before I play, but not a lot. But I just take my medication for the bipolar disorder, and that's all I do. Even though at my age and it's still around, sometimes it's, I have to get out of the room or get out of the party.
So you would say there is always something that you always have to fight to keep going forward.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
The music business is a hard, stark business. And it's always you have to think for people sometimes and make them offers and call people every day and let them know you're still alive, or they'll forget about you or think poorly of you. Like, some people still think badly of me to this day because of my drug use back in the 90s. There's several friends I've lost, and I feel bad about it, but I did what I could, and I'm happy now.
Yeah, I have a family member that I'm real close to that battles with bipolar, and it is an ugly disease because people label you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you heard that C word more than you cared to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that she did. And she's lost many people and she's gained some really quality people too. So let's just say that was the trimming of the fat so that you have some core people around you.
Well, I really wouldn't change anything I did because it's kind of what made me who I am. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy now, you know, the work started coming in again, like after COVID. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm just happy to be able to do what I do and get paid for it and have a blast.
So if I may be so bold to ask, like Blast, which is our company, we actually created it during the COVID time. What were you able to keep yourself busy with during COVID?
I locked myself up. I only went to Kroger to get groceries, and I didn't get out and go anywhere else. Mm-hmm. And I did do some sessions where people sent me files, and I did a few sessions, but you know, it hit hard here in Atlanta. It hit hard everywhere, and it was scary. And it was one time in my life that I was unsure what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Not knowing is scarier than facing, you know, the demon head on.
Yes, sir. We created Blast so that the love of music and the interaction with people wouldn't stop. And fortunately, we were able to go back outside again. But we did not know if this was the new norm.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, you know.
Yes, sir.
It was a scary time, and you did a really good job.
Thank you.
You know, opening up this platform and keeping busy and, you know, letting people talk to each other and communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Something I did was people were going on live on the internet, like Facebook, and they were going live. And I would search through and listen to people playing live and looked for artists to work with. I met Aviva that way. And, you know, I sent out text messages and emails to people I liked, and I got to work with some really cool people because of it. But, you know, and sometimes I'd play piano along with somebody who I was digging, you know. They couldn't hear it, but it was for me, you know, and I you know, it helped me get by.
Yeah, indeed. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take our half point time early. And what we do is Blast was built to help independent artists gain exposure. And we're going to highlight one of our artists. Her name is Kelsey Montanez. And I think you'll like this song, Joey. This is one of Blast's favorite. The name of the song is called Let Me Love You. And this is by Kelsey Montanez.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Cool.
What they say about me, they say I'm strange and wild, but I let you read me like an open book. But only you, I might be tender, I might be soft, and I might surprise you with how hard I go fight for your love. Baby, I want ya, I gotta have ya. Baby, I need ya. If you let me love you, Could I get any more real? Could I bear how I feel any more than this? If you want it, it won't be easy, but I promise, if you're honest, you're never gonna go a day without my love. Baby, if you want it, you gotta have it. Baby, if you need it, if the love you love me, you gotta promise you'll only love and squeeze me. Baby, let me love you like you're mine. Hey, you're never gonna have to guess how I feel, yes, honey. I'll always keep it real, gonna tell you how I love you every day. Always gonna chase all the blues away, baby. In my red lip and my work shirt. Come on, give me a kiss, I don't gotta hurt. Never gonna lie, never gonna put you down. You know I'm never gonna run around. Baby, let me love you like you're mine. Let me love you, yeah, baby, let me love you like you're mine. Hey, yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Yes,
she's
yes,
great.
indeed. That is, I lovingly call her my Pat Benatar 2.0. That is Kelsey Montanez with "Let Me Love You." And
It
if you
sounded, it
go ahead.
sounded like it was recorded at Muscle Shoals or something. It was like that kind of vibe. You
She's based in Chicago, so
Okay.
she's got a real bluesy flavor for sure. She's amazing. But let me finish this spiel real quick. If you're an independent artist or a spoken word poet or even an up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. Now, listen, Blast needs the fans. So if you love great music, just like that song you heard from Kelsey Montanez, you can go to, yes, Miss Lena, that's your song. We can go to blastmusic247.com and register as a fan and have access to hundreds and hundreds of great independent music. Blast, that's changing the industry one artist at a time.
Awesome.
All righty. Thank you. Thank you so much. And before I go too much further, I wanted to also bring everyone's attention to the CD that is called Broken Treasures. You Hold the Key. This is a product from the Voices Against Trafficking, where the pre-order is available now. You can go to voicesagainsttrafficking.com/shop and take a look at the various ordering options that they have for the pre-order. And let's take advantage of it, because the funds will be used to help educate and to help prevent trafficking, as well as help those who have been trafficked and help bring them back into society. So it is a good cause. All righty. So I have a question here for you, Joey. Is there any genre of music that has an effect on you more than anything else?
I've been really into Americana lately, and that's a broad spectrum of music. I mean, it's everything from Soul Asylum to Johnny Cash. You know, is considered Americana. One of a couple of Taylor Swift's records a couple or 3 years ago. I forget the name of it, but it came out and it was like really Americana, and I really liked it a lot. I listened to it about every day for a while, and it was really good. Of course, good old, soulful rock. I love that. I love to be able to play the blues, the bluesy licks on pop tunes, and get away with it. But,
see, I could see so many people wanting to talk to you, Joey, because you just have such an amazing uh, openness to the range of all type of genres, and that's what's needed now. I felt back in the days a lot of music got put in a box,
Yeah,
but now we have everyone is dipping and dabbing in different genres and making great compilation albums.
yeah,
So
there's great music coming out, and
yes,
you
sir.
know, at a time when artists really don't get paid for their work like they used to,
Hmm.
and you know, they're doing it just for the love of music. I mean, they want to get paid, but
Right.
the love of music keeps them going forward. You know,
Yes, sir.
Spotify said it wasn't going to, unless you got 1,000 plays, it wasn't going to pay you any royalties.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
that's just wrong. Spotify and Live Nation, they're all like they need to be broken up. Like Live Nation owns record company, it owns venues, it owns merchandise company, it owns management company. Hank's manager, I found out, sold his company to Live Nation and just stayed on to run the thing, you know. And so if they're a monopoly, they own everything. So they own venues. They say, well, you play our venue for this price, and we'll pay your single. You know, they use it to wedge against you and beat you down with it. It's
That's crazy.
something needs to happen, like it did with the AT&T. You know, when they broke it up into smaller companies, the same thing needs to happen with Live Nation. I think that's just my opinion, but
Hmm. Hey, I don't argue on that part. So, as a seasoned musician, do you find it challenging to balance personal life with the demands of a music career?
well, I guess it ruined a marriage of mine,
Mm,
and we're friends now. She's still friends, but you know, I was gone for like 10 months out of the year, probably all of 1990. So we just grew apart, and you
mm,
know, it's I should have brought her out more on the road, but
mm,
you know, I didn't. I made mistakes, but um, I tend to find myself in long distance relationships,
mhm.
and the ones that work are good, and you can see each other regularly, and you talk on the phone, and um, I, I you know I have a girlfriend online right now, and she's coming to see me on the 18th, and that'll be that'll be nice
No
to
doubt.
hang out, and you know.
No doubt. So, we have a question here from the artist known as Lena J. The question for Joey: uh, what would your dream jam session look like? And top three bands you would love to rock out with, sir.
My dream session
Dream
um,
jam session. Yeah.
have to be like um, on drums, probably Charlie Drayton or Steve Jordan, and on guitar Keith Richards, and
Mm,
um, um, I love Cheap Trick. Maybe if you know some of those guys would like to play, and I love you know the old New York Dolls and stuff like that, and Brian Todd Rundgren produced that record, and so I don't know. I'm all over the place on that. It's hard to like just pick one at each
mhm.
position. You know, it depends on what we're doing. But
Understood.
you know, I love Keith Richards playing. And Stones are probably my number one favorite band, and
Mhm.
I like Steve Earle. Um, he's he's consistent with the music he's been putting out, and it's Americana. It's it's uh, it's one of my top three, and again, it's hard to pick top three, but um, you know, I did some records with Soul Asylum that I think are really good. That you know, I really enjoyed my time with Soul Asylum, and um, you know, I don't know if it's fair to say someone you worked with or not, but yeah, and the Faces that Rod Stewart and Ron Wood were in, and Ian McLagan has played keyboards. Kenny Jones, who went on to play with the Who, played drums. Ron Wood ended up going to the Stones. Rod Stewart had his career, a stellar career, and they were. I learned a lot from them.
Awesome sauce. What was that question you had, D-Ray? Thank you. Blast Radio 247 is asking the question: do you prefer studio work or to play live?
Well, I came off the road with Matchbox 20 in 1999, and I started a studio where I was partners with Jesse Dupree from Jackal. And I went 4 years, I was just producing and recording. And I realized that playing live was something that I needed to put back in my life because it's a completely different energy. I mean, the creativity of a studio, I really like, and I really like seeing the end product. But there's a instant gratification that you get playing live for people, you know, and you get to play things that, you know, and you can connect with the audience and you know, get that. I love to travel too, so
Okay.
I like being on the road. You get into a vibe of you know, where they slip a piece of paper under your door at 6 a.m. at the hotel, and you get it, and it says something that tells you what you're going to do all day, so you don't have to think. You just meet the bus at noon, sound check at 2, catering, meet and greet, stage, back to the hotel, and then the bus to the next venue, and then repeat.
Wow.
You get kind of used to that.
I can understand it. I can understand that. So the question I have is, how do you approach collaborations with other musicians, and what qualities do you think are crucial for a successful music partnership?
When I make a record, when I produce a record, I make the artist record, not the Joey Huffman record. And so you have to listen to the artist and what they're saying, and you know, take it into a direction that they're comfortable with. I don't want them to do a record with me and then it be all about me and then them not like it, or then there's something about it they don't like. So during pre-production, we arrange the songs, and sometimes I'll collaborate. I'll write a bridge, or I'll finish, you know, some lyrics, or you know, but always with the artist's input. And you know, I say in the studio, if I suggest something, I say try it, at least try it 1 or 2 times and see how it sounds if the artist isn't going for it. And if they don't like it, you know, why, you know, just because I think it's better, maybe, you know, the artist gets to say more of their, you know, more of them comes out. So that's my thing on creating and writing with the artists. I'm really good at collaborating, and I'm better at collaborating than kicking my own ass to write music. But I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
Okay. Well, I know here at Blast we have many artists that would definitely love someone with your depth and width of music knowledge, and I know after the show we would love to just pick your brain for a little bit, but just amazing stuff. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to show the clip of Steven Tyler and Buddy Guy. Is that correct?
Yeah, blues player Buddy Guy. He was who influenced the Stones and Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck. He was there's a story they tell that Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton slept in a van outside Chicago to see Buddy Guy play the next day or night, and he was there and he was playing a Strat, and he says, I was playing a Strat because it was the easiest thing on my back and it's the lightest guitar I could get. But the next day, Jimmy and the guys went out and bought Strats. Started playing Strats because of Buddy Guy doing it.
That's cool. Are you're playing the keyboards for them as well?
Piano on this, yeah.
Alrighty. So again,
it's Hank's band backing him up.
Okay. So this is Steven Tyler, Buddy Guy, and of course Joey Huffman is playing keyboards. Go ahead, D-Ray.
Please welcome Steven Tyler and blues guitar legend Buddy Guy.
Just behind my hand, Lord, it's hard to be a bachelor man. I got girls that can cook, girls that can clean, I got girls that can do everything in between. I gotta get ready to make everything right. There's all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Yeah, we're talking about Hank. Yeah, this party's started. We cook a pig in the ground, some beer on ice. All my friends are coming over tonight. Now my body pays out in the woods. It's a long, long way from Hollywood. But I got some Nash Queen out on the floor. And over Mississippi just walked through the door. Got a little whirlpool made for 10. You can jump out, I can jump in. You can do anything that you wanna do. But don't step on my cowboy boots. Yeah, do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? I know they're talking about Hank. Gotta get this party started. I cook a pig in the ground, got a beer on ice. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Yeah, we're talking about Hank. Get this party started. We cook a pig in the ground, we got some beer on ice. All my rowdy friends are coming. That's right. Do you wanna drink? Yeah, baby. Do you wanna party?
This is Rockin' Randall Hank. I'm gonna get your ass kick started.
Cause he got a beer in the ground, he got some beer on the ice. All his rowdy friends are coming. Mr. Buddy Guy. Mr. Buddy Guy.
I just think that's a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun had that night.
Ooh, he was screaming Steven. Oh, that seemed awesome. Did you get to work with him?
Yeah, I got to talk to him. That's the only time I've worked with him. But and talk to Buddy Guy, that was interesting. And he actually came to our studio and did a 3D image that we do at the studio. We have like a green room that's all round. It's like a ball green, and it has 40 cameras in it. And you get the artist in there, and whether it's just buddy guy who had a guitar and he was sitting, he was talking, and we recorded him for an hour. And then if you put the goggles on, you can see it in 3D. You can walk behind him, you can walk around him, you can look over the neck of his guitar and see what he's playing. You can do all this stuff, and it's cutting edge stuff. We're working on something that would like display it like a hologram in a glass box or something. So that's what we've been doing at the studio besides music, is working out that 3D imaging.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
No. So he just came. He was one of the first people to come and do that.
So, Lena, go ahead. I'll read that, D-Ray. She said, "Love it, dope, ooh, to half of Steven Tyler's energy. Dude looks like a lady. Hashtag, dude looks like a lady. Hashtag, crying. Hashtag, don't want to miss a thing."
Yeah, I'm a real fan. I'm a real fan of Steven.
Oh, I agree.
Aerosmith from the 70s, from Rocks is one of my favorite records. And then the new stuff they're doing is really good, really well done.
Good stuff. Listen, Joey, we would need another hour to even just understand some of the stuff that you've done. However, I want to definitely give you the opportunity to talk about your book, my friend.
Yeah.
The East of the Sun, Memoirs of an Accidental Rock Star.
Yeah. I guess I started writing it as chapters on I would release to Facebook about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it was just telling stories, just that I remembered, pretty much funny, not a lot of too serious, but kind of. I would post them on Facebook, and I'd get a lot of likes and a lot of comments. And
nice.
And then this guy who ran a magazine called Stomp and Stammer in Atlanta, Jeff Clark, he mentioned it in one of his posts. He says, "Never mind everything else on Facebook. Check out the stuff Joey Huffman's writing." And when my publisher saw that, she gave me a call, and I signed a book deal about 2 weeks later. And I had to finish. I only had about a third to a half of it done, and I had to finish the rest of it, quicker than I was used to writing. But it all came out all right. So now I can say I'm an author. Who knew? I quit school when I was 16, and now I've got a book out. So it tells stories of. There's a lot of drug-related, drinking-related, band fun, and some stories from my childhood, and some just it jumps around. But I used everybody's real name, and I didn't hold back. And if you were there at the party, don't say you weren't doing acid.
Oh boy.
You were. And this is the way I remember it, and you write your own book if you don't remember it this way.
There it is. Real quick, I want to thank everyone in the audience for showing up tonight. If you are not subscribed to the Blast Network, please take the moment, subscribe to us. We're going to be having many awesome guests like Joey. And one thing I want to tell you, Joey, everyone is a guest once. But after that, you're a part of the family, my friends. We thank you so much.
I love being part of it.
Please stick around, because we would love to talk to you about some things afterwards.
Oh, absolutely.
Let people know how they can find you, Joey.
Well, I'm on Facebook. I have a page that's joey.huffman.keyboards, and I have a profile that's just joey.huffman. Profile, Joey.Huffman profile. And you can always hit me up on Facebook, and I talk to everybody, and I kind of am accessible. I try to make myself accessible anyway to people. It helps find jobs, and it helps the wheel spin. You know, you just talk to everybody and be nice to everybody, and you know, be kind and gracious and thankful that they're there and wanting to talk to you.
Yes, indeed. Again, Joey, the honor is mine that you took the time to come hang out with me and share some of these great memories and stories.
Well, thank you for having me.
You are welcome. And anytime, if you've got any new projects coming out and you would like us to shine the light on it, we'll be that beacon of light. Okay. Everyone else, thank you for coming. And let's see, I believe we do have another guest next week, and then we'll be heading towards the holidays, and then we'll be back in 2024. Time is just
can't believe it.
Yes, indeed. So again, thank you everyone for coming. We will see you next week. And remember, please be kind. Celebrate the difference to make the difference. I'll see you.
Peace.